And in the wake of Victoria's recent bushfires, one man's job has become busier than ever. Manfred runs a wildlife shelter in Trentham where he takes injured animals into his own home to care for them. His specialty? Kangaroos. And Manfred, the Roo Rescuer, is here to tell us all about it. Manfred, congratulations. This is extraordinary work that you're doing, but what is it like having roos as housemates?
It can be a little bit challenging, depending on which sort of roos are visiting. We get different personalities. Some are stressed, some are loving. Every day is an adventure.
I can imagine. Do you want to tell us about who you have there, this cute little one?
So this is little Howie. So he's still a bit nervous. He's one of our newest Joeys, and his mum was savaged by a dog in the middle of Gisborne. And so he's had a traumatic experience, and he's ended up an orphan in our home, and we're just organising to get some mates of the same size so he can settle down and find a new family.
Oh, well, that sounds like a lovely idea. Let's be honest, though. Has your house survived? Surely they've done damage.
It depends what you mean by survive. We have gone through our fair share of TVs. We learnt that a television that was turned off looks like a big black hole in the wall. Yeah, we did go through 3 brand new televisions in 18 months. So we've since increased the stability, bolting it to the wall, and we've got a nice screensaver now that seems to be holding in for the time being.
So you actually have these roos inside your house. How many roos have you got under your roof right now?
We've got a few in different rooms and things. The record we've had in our lounge room was 22, and I've got to say that is insane.
Yeah.
And I hope,
What?
Well, various sizes, but all sorts from little guys, even smaller than Howie, right up to large adults that we're in a bad way. Like when I say we had an adult, it usually means they're laying on a bed with an IV drip hanging in them and stuff like that. So, but we do get overwhelmed at different times, and so we've got a couple of burns victims, a big kangaroo that came in today that was caught in a fence. We've got half a dozen joeys in another enclosure. There's no shortage, but the burns victims really put the pressure on because every one of those is probably the same amount of work as 10 other kangaroos. Changing bandages and cleaning wounds is a very, very intensive job.
I've got to ask, with that many, like I've been around kangaroos, they poo a lot. How do you deal with the poo? Sorry, I couldn't be more highbrow.
Well, we collect it and we mix it with straw, and we have the best veggie garden you've ever seen.
Hey. Smart.
So, Manfred, once the roos have enjoyed your incredible hospitality and then they've finally recovered, do they have a hard time going back into the wild?
Funny enough, it's the opposite, and it kind of indicates that we're doing our job properly. I've been doing it for many, many years, and we love our animals, and they become part of our family. They're like our children. Well, we're their parents for the time being. They rely on us for comfort, security, and to learn while they're growing up. But they do reach a wild stage, and they eventually do leave and go off into the bush, and most of them we never see again. And while that's heart-wrenching for us and difficult and concerning, it's what's meant to happen, and our job here is to raise them so that they can become wild kangaroos again. It's not about raising pets, it's about giving them a second chance and allowing them to be where they should be.
And you do it so well, mate. It's really an incredible story, incredible work. Thank you so much for finding the time for us. Appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure.